Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Open It, the YouTube series in which I open recently acquired toys. My name is Russ. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're a fellow toy collector or a fan of pop culture in general, please subscribe to my channel, Karaoke Fanboy TV. Every week I do open a recently acquired toy or collectible, and today I am opening a Mattel Creations online exclusive Night Stalker, an evil steed from He-Man's universe. Fellow He-Man collectors know that Mattel's modus operandi back in the day was reusing characters' molds, in some cases just repainting a character outright and presenting it to us as a brand new character. That happened often in cases like Beastman. You know, you just repaint an orange guy green, you flock him, and you say, okay, now he's Mossman, right? You repaint Merman with a skunk motif, and pretty soon he's Stinkor. Also with both of those characters, they added a scent, so that kind of threw you off the trail as far as, hey, haven't I seen these guys before? Faker and He-Man, of course, are a classic example, but in this case, this is the reuse of a vehicle, basically, a mechanical horse. On the good guy's side, on He-Man's side, you had Stridor, who was traditionally ridden by Fisto, a character with his own unique place in pop culture history, given that name. He would ride this horse named Stridor. Well, Fisto's counterpart, because they both have oversized gauntlets, was Jitsu, and his noble steed was Night Stalker. So you see Skeletor riding him here. That's cool, I guess, but the kid in me wants to put Jitsu in this because, again, you had this kind of tit-for-tat, you know, doppelganger vibe going between Fisto with a big fist gauntlet, Jitsu with the golden karate chop gauntlet, Stridor, who was kind of a tan, silver, and gold version of this horse, and now Night Stalker, of course. If I remember correctly, Night Stalker's original name might have been Nightmare, which would have been a fun pun that fit in line with other Masters of the Universe pun names. But Night Stalker's what stuck, and I'm excited to see what this guy looks like in real life. Just received him the other day via mail. The box art is beautiful, as always. So we do have this image here, and a different image on the back with Snake Mountain in the background, some beautiful storm clouds here, kind of like what we're seeing here in Phoenix in monsoon season. It looks a lot like that sometimes. On the top we have this detail. It's a different painting entirely, and it includes Screech, another character that was kind of a, there he is right there, another character that was kind of a repaint, two different birds. It seems that on the heroic side they favored warm tones like golds and oranges and so on, and on the evil side the cooler tones like the darker blues and the purples and stuff. Appropriate considering the vibe that these characters project. But I am prepared this time with a pair of scissors to get into the packaging and just see what this vehicle looks like. It's weird to call him a vehicle, but it is a character because it's a character. It's a horse. I know in some incarnations these steeds were sentient. So, you know, they talked. They were a part of the team. Look at that on that tab there. Some instruction, assembly instruction, I presume. Let me open the other side just to see what I would have been in for there. I presume the same thing, because Mattel maybe doesn't think that somebody would be crazy enough to open both ends. This is actually a little more specific, some additional detail here as far as how to put on the helmet and position the character on the stand. This is talking about the blast effect. So two totally different instructional details there, and all valid, of course. Hopefully not a lot of assembly is required. Okay, once again, oh, and then on the bottom, some more assembly instruction there. So, very cool. Now, I do have Stridor, of course. I have not opened him yet. As I've discussed in recent videos, and as some other fans of this series know, he has been available lately at stores like Ross for like 15 bucks. Night Stalker was an online exclusive. I think he was about 30 bucks. So if you're savvy with painting figures, you could have created your own Night Stalker for half the price of this. Yet I see there are some additional accessories that I don't think were included with Strider. And I have to use the scissors here to just cut everything loose because, you know, heaven forbid this is just sealed in a box tightly enough where additional plastic isn't required to package them in. But there is a helmet with a horn on it, so that makes him evil. The horn makes him evil. I'm just looking at my original Strider and Night Stalker here. I think of the two, I'm missing a tail on one, maybe a laser gun on the other. They're not complete. So it's exciting to have these new versions, these Origins versions, with everything inside. And what I'm doing here, I should do this for the camera, is I'm clipping these little straps and things that are holding him in. Although he was very tightly packaged in this box, apparently they didn't trust that he would arrive in decent enough shape. I don't know. You know how I feel about these straps. Okay. Nope. Not all of them. There we go. All right. Strider is free. I see already we have the tail, which I think was an element often lost from the original. I'm just trying to see if it's removable. And it doesn't look like it is, which is great because I remember the originals was. So many of us might not have that tail anymore if you have this figure at all. This is a really neat point of articulation right off the bat that was not a part. Wow, none of this was a part of the original horses, both Strider and Night Stalker. And because I haven't opened Strider yet, I haven't seen that they do this. And that's really neat, actually. That's a really pleasant surprise. The leg articulation is totally there. You heard that snap, a little disconcerting. But there are 3 points of articulation, here, here, and here. I guess you could say, what, thigh, knee, ankle, however you define these parts of a horse. So that offers some really nice posability right off the bat and propels these versions skyward. So with that, now I'm removing the reins here, the 2 laser guns, and what's happening in the packaging is things are packaged in layers. So that first layer was all the traditional stuff. The laser guns, the helmet, the reins, that in and of itself completes the figure. And in fact, let's just do that real quick. I'm going to remove this helmet, which is kind of a traditional repaint. That's the Strider helmet repainted, I believe, from orange to purple. And I'm going to put this one on because it's really distinctly evil. So there he is with that. Putting these laser guns in should be easy enough. There are 2 pegs here. You want to go with the smaller blunt peg. This might act as kind of a handle for the figure to direct the weaponry, adjust the aim, so to speak. So I'm putting those in now. And, okay. Oh, this one came out. Get that one in there. Good. Okay. Kind of making the butt of the lasers flush with Strider's armor or chest there. This is a mystery to me. I'm curious to see where this goes. In his mouth, I presume? Does his mouth... Wow! Wow! His mouth has a spring joint there. That's really neat. So I assume that exists to hold these reins in place. And it goes like so. And now the character would hold these to ride the horse. Something that the original steeds of the universe did not have. So, okay, now I'm going to proceed getting into the next layer here, there's this piece. Everything is strapped into the package. So here's this. Okay. You can see what I'm doing here. Just absolutely destroying this. But apparently that's what you got to do to get the stand out. What I don't like about how tightly that is packaged in is I hope I have everything. Because I'm going to throw this away. This is trash. And the fact that they do these things to secure the packaging is one of my biggest frustrations with toys in the modern era. But that notwithstanding, what I love about this stand, no pun intended there, is its ability to evoke Snake Mountain in both its color scheme and in details like this. You can see that this is indicative of the kind of bridge, the bridge that bound the two halves of Snake Mountain together. I don't want to say drawbridge. What would you call that? Just like kind of a wooden plank bridge, real creepy looking bridge. And I'm looking up at my Snake Mountain to kind of confirm this. So we have this detail here, which is super cool. And that will snap into these pegs here. The pegs will snap into these holes in the base, I should say, here. So, let me see how clear that is. You can tell by the shapes. Yeah, like this. So, this is going to go in. Boom. Boom. Snaps right in. Easy peasy. You could tell because there are the pegs at the bottom are kind of have wider ends and the holes match that. In this case we have this adjustable base, and I just want to see again if there's a way to determine which way is the front without looking at the box. I would assume the swoosh here, so to speak, I would assume that it bows outward, not inward. But then again, I'm not sure which way the figure is supposed to be kind of leaping up. So, yeah, let me look at the box and see what it suggests. Nothing there so much. Okay, nothing there so much. So, oh wait, it's just so transparent in the image. It does look like it's bowing this way. Just so you can see what I'm looking at there. It's very faint. So I am going to do this and see if that's the way it goes. It did snap in easily, and it does not come out. So, or maybe if I kind of squeeze to the bottom here, I'd get it to come out, but that's in there as is. So, hope I didn't mess that up. We'll find out. But with that said, I am going to put him, so you have this hole on the bottom, this display piece in the stand, and this is just meant to kind of pop in here like this. Heard the snap. Okay. So this is meant to have he doesn't stand when he's on that display. He is hovering there. So what you got to do is tilt him back and give him this impression of like a horse does, just kind of whinnying up. Oh, okay. Is there? I don't know, his feet just kind of seem to plant there firmly. So before the figure is placed inside, straddling, this is Night Stalker, as he should be in his raw form. So I really like this a lot. It makes me excited to open Stridor, actually, because with this feature especially, that additional articulation makes him more of a playable figure, a posable figure, a displayable figure. It does elevate the classic molds, the classic designs into something more contemporary, which is what I believe this Masters of the Universe Origins line has always been meant to do. So with that said, Jitsu is about to go inside, and voila, wow. Okay, so if Jitsu still had his weapons in hand, this is what he would look like riding into battle. I just kind of want to take the sword out of his hand here for a minute and put one of the reins in his hand to see what that looks like, feels like, what have you. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Very nice addition to the concept of these horse figures. Now here's the thing. Let's say I don't want to use the stand anymore. How easy is it to get him off of it? And it's not as easy as I would like, so let me see what happens when I... Okay, twist and pull seems to be the key there. Fortunately, nothing fell off the figure. The guns are still in place, the lasers, the helmet, and everything, so as rough as that might have felt, he is removed from the stand and freestanding on his own. So I really like this figure. I feel like the price point was appropriate for what you get. He's light, yet feels durable. Paint application is awesome. The details inside, kind of that old school Masters of the Universe technology look here. You can see on the sides of his armor here too. This is truly a mechanical horse. But futuristic and retro all at the same time. And that is what Masters of the Universe is best known for when it comes to tech characters like this. There's something that looks like it fits in a barbarian world and at the same time is evocative of the future. And man, maybe one day we'll all be riding horses like this. Who knows? But truly an exhibition of horsepower when it comes to the world and the characters of Masters of the Universe. So Mattel, I appreciate this very much. And please keep the original characters and vehicles coming, albeit only on Mattel Creations. If that's the way it's got to be, so be it. I'm all in for it. I love the little additions like this helmet and so on. Very cool, but at the same time, please retain the spirit and the design of these original characters, and I am all in until you run out of these concepts, until we're at Roton and Twistoid or whatever, and it's like, okay, now what? Then maybe shuffle in some new concepts and designs. You're doing that a bit now with the Snake Men, and I guess that's cool, but please don't lose sight of the fact that we have not seen every classic character yet. And again, if they all present like this, I am in. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Again, if you're a fellow toy collector, subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on Instagram at AmazingAZComics. I do post about the comics and toys that I love, but I also post a little bit about the comics and zines that I make. I'm a self-publishing cartoonist in Phoenix, Arizona. I've created my own unique characters, in part inspired by the rich roster that we saw as kids in Masters of the Universe. So again, if you could follow me on Instagram at AmazingAZComics, I'd really appreciate it. Tune in next time when I grab another unopened toy here from the stack in my living room and I say, you know what? Just open it. I'll catch you next time.